Oh, goodness me. Look at you.
Going through the motions,
You know it's a good scratch when the eyes are
of
closed.
the ocean as I swim above a riverbed. Life is so fraudulent. Towel off my guilt as I shuffle through the silt. Draw a line in the sand.
I can do a little bit of cleaning. We need a chopping board. It's good. I have tomatoes. No. Oh wow, so many tomatoes. Oh, these are Boss tomatoes. I think I'll have some Boss tomatoes as well. Lentils. Yep. So I've got Layla's red split lentils. I do like them, they're very nice. I also need a pan. So this morning I completely forgot to wake up. No, that's not the case. This morning I completely forgot to put on my alarm clock. So what I managed to do was actually get a lot of sleep, and I woke up at a time that my body just naturally woke up, and that's probably the first time I've done that in ages. Usually I feel so under pressure to be able to wake up when, you know, the clock strikes 6:30 or 6. I felt rested, I felt, you know, okay. And I think one of the things that I'd really learnt in my really early years, in my 20s and things like that, was that I was a better person if I, you know, just didn't sleep, and if I completely tired myself out, which isn't the case. You're not a better person for being tired. I felt like I was always in a competition, maybe with myself, waiting for some kind of award which was gonna, you know, reward me for not sleeping, for not, you know, eating properly, and not, you know, just not looking after myself. So I'm actually just chopping up an onion into very small pieces. I love the pattern inside of onions. I don't know why. Yeah, it makes me wonder how onions are actually generated in themselves, but that's a different video altogether. In my 30s, I've been learning how to rest more and accept that when I'm not exhausted, it doesn't mean that I'm being lazy. It just means that I'm able to do the work that I need to do in a better mindset, and also not crash. Butter. Pixie is following me around because she wants some salmon. So I've got some salmon. You salmon? You good girl. You good girl. You more salmon? Good girl. Toto doesn't like salmon. Good girl. See? No reaction whatsoever. This one, oh, ow. It's boiling. It's boiling. You know when you're really hungry for a meal, so you make yourself a sub-meal until your meal. I've made myself some toast. What can I do? I'm a hungry person. Hello, welcome to this part of my day. So currently at work, I'm trying to put together a paper which will be published hopefully. My deadline is December, so everything feels a little bit scary. It's such a big thing for me to do. I just feel very overwhelmed and very scared, but I'm doing it anyway. And we're getting through the figures of the paper very slowly but steadily. And so I've got this massive atlas of brain sections, and it's probably the best book in the entire world. I've put little numbers on like the different regions of the brain, and what I'm trying to do is identify what these different things are. So this is the part of my bookshelf where I have lots of different bits of art pieces. So this is by Ellie Illustrations, this is by Charlie McKessie. I got this in a church. This is just a photo I took in Scotland. These are my ink pens, and this is a picture of Lily that my really close friend Maisie photoshopped for me into a tree. This is in Spain, I think, and this is what I'm trying to show you. It is now my pride and joy. It is a Linda Jenkins original. She was my art teacher at school, and now she is just killing it with her work. So at the weekend I went and bought this at her gallery at the Book Art Bookshop. It's such a nice addition to my little bookshelf here, and something that I can put on the wall, because I have this plain wall here just behind my desk, and it's something that I really want to work on as well. And so really I've just been thinking about, you know, being at that gallery and seeing my art teacher's artwork and being so proud of her, and really just thinking about this week's sort of theme of poor advice that I'd gotten in my 20s. And another thing that I was told and made to believe in my 20s was that, you know, this is the season or like the age of having all of the opportunities in life, like, because the moment that you hit 30, everything is just going to fall apart. You're not going to find anything for you anymore. Living above your 20s is quite a desolate little place. Honestly, all I've discovered about being in my 30s since I turned 30 is that that's a complete lie. Like, none of that is true. You've just entered into this new stage of your life where not only are things available, but you're a much more mature and well-lived person that's entering them as well. My art teacher doing this and having her artwork out there, and like, she retired several years ago and she's really just living her best life, and it brings me hope and joy as well, seeing people like her just making it and making their dreams come true. Before I turned 30, I was really scared. I was so scared because I felt this pressure of like having to have absolutely everything, you know, sorted out and be rigid in my plans and know exactly what I'm doing, where I'm going, and who I am as a person. And I can really tell you right now that that didn't happen. I still don't know fully who I am and what I want. My point is that I'm still working it out. I know I'm not alone in that. So many people haven't figured it out like in their 30s, by 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. I don't think that there is ever a time where you have to have things figured out or have to have taken all of your opportunities, because that's just not how life works. Like, that's a gross oversimplification of what it is to be alive. Like, being alive is messy and chaotic, and it's a whole lesson in itself. Have enough flexibility, be merciful towards yourself, like, forgive yourself. Don't expect unrealistic standards of yourself. No one's going to come and give you an award for for having your plan figured out. Ever since I've started thinking this way and sort of like freeing myself from these constraints that I've put on myself, I've just been feeling more light and more happy. You deserve to live a life of joy and happiness. And someone is screaming outside. You have a life that is valuable and it's worth living. You only get one of them. That doesn't mean you got to get it right. It just means that you got to experience it. Learn and let learn and let live. And you're gonna get there. You're gonna get wherever you're going. And it's just gonna take a bit of time. It might take a lifetime, it might not, who knows? You just begin to experience life in a much better headspace. I've still not had my soup.
Being a good boy. Yeah, you're a good boy. You're being a good boy. Oh, you're purring. You're purring. Your cuteness. Good soup.
Good soup.
No.